Kumusta kayo mga kababayan? Dito po sa Malaysia, mga Filipinos, kababayan ko po, friends, Malaysian friends, and of course, ang mga kababayan ko po dyan sa Pilipinas, ang kababayan natin sa iba-ibang parte sa mundo, we call them the overseas Filipino workers po. No? Kumusta kayo? I hope okay na okay ang buhay ninyo po on a Wednesday, July 30 po. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Kung sa malayo pa, I would like to say salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam to each and every one of you. Ito po si Nico Fabian, once again, nandito po sa programa natin, NikTok, The Real Talk. And today we will be discussing or touching itong mga topics natin po regarding sa Pilipinas, especially, particularly, the issue on the elected chairmanship post ng Senado. Itatak mo, Senator Marcoleta. Yan po ang sigaw ng karamihan. A lot of people were very happy to hear that finally, neophyte Senator Dante Marcoleta has been elected to chair the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee po. More than qualified yun po. No? We see how Senator Dante Marcoleta performed when he was one of the representatives sa House of Representatives or as a congressman. And now he has been elected as a senator, and many of us are looking forward for a good performance from Senator Dante Marcoleta, especially now that he will be chairing or heading the Blue Ribbon Committee of the 20th Senate groupings. No? So later on, I will be sharing with you also kung sino-sino, I will be informing you kung sino-sino po ang mga committee chairman ng new officials of the Senate, the 20th Congress ng Senado po. No? Dito lang po sa NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico. Itong programa natin everyday ito po so that you will be able to be informed. You won't get blared on what is happening in the Philippines, especially itong mga issues natin po, hot issues in the Philippines. Bago lang natapos ang State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos, and we heard mixed reaction coming from the Filipino nation or coming from the Filipinos. No? Some are affirmative, some are negative. And of course, we'll be touching also on the issue of the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte, whereby last week the Supreme Court has already declared the impeachment article of Inday Sara Duterte is unconstitutional. Then again, mayroon mga mixed reactions. Some were saying it is some are giving affirmative criticism, reactions, while others are saying that they didn't like the decision of the Supreme Court. And others also were saying that the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte should continue. The Senate, the 20th Congress of the Senate should continue with the trial and disregard the decision of the Supreme Court po. Medyo mahirap yun po. Technicalities, mayroon some people are saying no, it could be disregarded, while others were saying no, we have to respect because the final arbitrary of this issue is of course the Supreme Court po. The Philippines, we have the executive branch, we have the legislative comprising of both the lower house or House of Representatives and the Senate, and the third one is the judicial or judiciary po. When it comes to the roles of the judiciaries, ang mga justices natin po, now they are the ones who will be interpreting the laws of the Philippines. But anyway, let's I will be sharing with you itong mga footages po ang mga interviews regarding this issue. In the meantime, I would like to share with you another news article coming from the mainstream media dyan po sa Pilipinas. And yes, we'll be talking about itong the list of committee chairmanship dyan po sa Senado. Okay. To start with, no? Ito muna, ang balita muna tayo po, no? Ang balita muna tayo tungkol ang mga newly elected committee chairman dyan po sa Senado. And I am picking up this news article dito po sa Philstar, sa one of the mainstream print media dyan sa Pilipinas. And we call it Philstar. The heading of the news article goes this way. Senate elects panel heads, Marcoleta gets blue ribbon. Ibig sabihin, si Marcoleta po is now the new committee chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, which is the highest or a very, sabihin natin, important committee dyan po sa Senado. Okay? Now, let me read you this article. Senator Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino got their favored committee posts after going or joining the Senate Majority Bloc. Ibig sabihin po, si Senator, neophyte or elected in the midterm election, May 12 po, si Senator Kiko Pangilinan and Senator Bam Aquino, they joined the Majority Bloc sa Senado, and now they managed to get or elected to the committee which they were fighting for or wish to lead itong committee. The new committee chairmanships were announced yesterday or kahapon po or July 29 during the Senate plenary session. That was the second plenary session. Pangilinan will head the Senate Agriculture and Food and Agrarian Reform Committee, previously chaired by former Senator Cynthia Villar. Yun talaga ang gusto ni Senator Pangilinan based on his experience po and qualification. Aquino will head the Basic Education Committee, previously chaired by Sherwin Gatchalian, who got the powerful Senate Finance Committee. So, ibig sabihin, si Senator Bam Aquino, during his campaign period sa midterm election, now he was focusing on education, and now he's very happy that he was elected as the chairman for Education Committee of the Senate. Neophyte Senator Rodante Marcoleta, dito na po. Neophyte Senator Rodante Marcoleta will chair the Senate Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations, also known as the Blue Ribbon Committee. Itatak mo, Senator Rodante Marcoleta. We are expecting a lot things from you. Other new senators aligned with the majority got the key committee posts. Former Social Welfare Secretary Erwin Tulfo will chair the Senate Committee of Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development, as well as the Games and Amusements Committee. Yes, Senator Erwin Tulfo became the Secretary for Social Welfare sa administrasyon ni Bongbong Marcos. And now he's now a senator, and he was given the chairmanship dito po sa Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development Committee. Congratulations. Neophyte Senator Camille Villar will chair the Environment, Natural Resources, and the Climate Change Committee, inheriting the post of her mother, Cynthia Villar. Other senators, more or less, got their previous committee posts. Alan Peter Cayetano, the Accounts, Science and Technology, and Higher and Tech Walk Education Committees, Robin Padilla, constitutional amendments, cultural, communities and Muslim affairs, and public information. Ronald De La Rosa, public order and dangerous drugs. Amy Marcos, cooperatives and foreign relations. Jigoy Estrada, national defense and security. Bongo, sports, health and demography and youth. JC Ejercito, local government, and Rafi Tulpo, public services and migrant workers. Senators also got the new committee posts. Pia Cayetano will chair the Energy, Sustainable Development, Goals and Ways and Means Committee. Marcos, Labor Committee. Alan Pia Cayetano, Justice and Human Rights. Mark Villar, a former Public Works Secretary, the Public Works Committee, and Ejercito Tourism. Chairpersons of the following committee posts were not yet announced: Banks, Civil Service and Government Reorganization, Culture and the Arts, Economic Affairs, Education, Electoral Reforms and People's Participation, Ethics, Government, Corporations, Urban Planning, and Women, Children, and Gender Equality. My minority of bloc senators, Risa Hentoveros, Panfilo Lacson, Loren Legarda, and Juan Miguel Subiri have not yet been given posts. The Senate resumed its session yesterday, Tuesday, July 29, by tackling the first reading of several proposed measures, referring them to the appropriate committees. The bills included new proposals and carryovers from the previous Congress, many of which are expected to be prioritized in the current legislative calendar. Shortly after the chamber made public the results of its all-member caucus, the session was suspended to allow senators to greet Senator Rodante Marcoleta on his birthday. Belated happy birthday pala kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta, who celebrated his birthday yesterday, July 29. Happy birthday and more birthdays to come and better health for you. Sige lang po. Senator Marcoleta, the Filipino people, we supported in your candidacy to be a senator and we are expecting po a very excellent, satisfactory performance as a responsible, dedicated, committed senator for the 20th Congress dyan po sa Senado. Alright, so yan po. Congratulations to all the committee chairman. And we are looking forward po for a better tomorrow for the Philippines now that we have itong bagong mga committee chairman po dyan sa Senado. Alright, to start with, siguro po, I will give you itong footage po, ang announcement during the plenary session yesterday. They elected ang mga committee chairman ng Senado. Nandito po, let's watch and listen to the announcement or election of the committee chairmanship dyan po sa Senado, and it happened yesterday during the second session, plenary session ng Senado. Let's watch and nandito po, sandali. Hold on.
Pursuant to Rule 10, Section 13, in relation to Section 18 of the Rules of the Senate, I move that we proceed to the organization of various standing committees of the Senate through the election of the respective chairpersons. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Rodante Marcoleta as chairperson of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Marcoleta is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Alan Peter Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Accounts. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Cayetano Alan is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Francis Pangilinan as chairperson of the Committee on Agriculture, Food and Agrarian Reform. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Pangilinan is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Bam Aquino as chairperson of the Committee on Basic Education. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Bam Aquino is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Robin Hood Padilla as chairperson of the Committee on Constitutional Amendments and Revision of Codes. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Padilla is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Amy Marcos as chairperson of the Committee on Cooperatives. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Marcos is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Robin Hood Padilla as chairperson of the Committee on Cultural Communities and Muslim Affairs. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Padilla is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Pia Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Energy. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano Pia is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Camille Villar as chairperson of the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Villar Camille is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Sherwin Gatchalian as chairperson of the Committee on Finance. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Gatchalian is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Amy Marcos as chairperson of the Committee on Foreign Relations. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Amy Marcos is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Erwin Tulfo as chairperson of the Committee on Games and Amusement. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Tulfo Erwin is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Bongo as chairperson of the Committee on Health and Demography. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Go is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Alan Peter Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Higher Technical and Vocational Education. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano Alan Peter is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Amy Marcos as chairperson of the Committee on Labor, Employment, and Human Resources Development. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Marcos is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Alan Peter Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Cayetano Alan is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator J.V. Ejercito as chairperson of the Committee on Local Government. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Ejercito is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Rafi Tulfo as chairperson of the Committee on Migrant Workers. So move, Mr.
Any
President.
objection? Hearing none, Senator Tulfo is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senate President Pro Tem Jinggoy Estrada as chairperson of the Committee on National Defense and Security, Peace, Unification, and Reconciliation. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Estrada is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Robin Hood Padilla as chairperson of the Committee on Public Information and Mass Media. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Padilla is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa as chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator De La Rosa is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Rafi Tulfo as chairperson of the Committee on Public Services. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Tulfo Rafi is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Mark Villar as chairperson of the Committee on Public Works. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Villar Mark is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Erwin Tulfo as chairperson of the Committee on Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Tulfo Erwin is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Bongo as chairperson of the Committee on Sports. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Go is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Pia Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation, and Futures Thinking. So move, Mr.
Any
President.
objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano Pia is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator J.V. Ejercito as chairperson of the Committee on Tourism. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Ejercito is so elected.
So, President, I move that we elect Senator Rodante Marcoleta as chairperson of the Committee on Trade, Commerce, and Entrepreneurship. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Marcoleta is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Alan Peter Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Science and Technology. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano Alan is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Pia Cayetano as chairperson of the Committee on Ways and Means. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Cayetano Pia is so elected.
Mr. President, I move that we elect Senator Bongo as chairperson of the Committee on Youth. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? There being none, Senator Go is so elected.
May I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President?
Alright, yan po ang official announcements of the election of Senate panel chairmanship po. No? Congratulations to our senators, and we are looking forward and expecting that they will do their job as expected by everyone po. And we will not be disappointed. We will not be disappointed. Anyway, the next thing that I would like to inform ang mga kaibigan natin po dito sa NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico, is that yesterday during the second plenary session of the 20th Congress dyan po sa Senado, now everybody, ako din po, is expecting they will be discussing about the issue of the impeachment article of Inday Sara Duterte, Duterte, whether they are going to continue itong impeachment trial of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte and disregard the, sabi natin, ang desisyon ng Supreme Court declaring it as unconstitutional. But based on the decision of the senators, yesterday, no less than the Senate President, si Senator Chis Escudero, officially announced that they are going to touch and discuss the issue on August 6 plenary session po. May 1 week break, sila, no? They will not be touching, so that the senators will be able to study the issue. And on August 6, they will bring the matter sa plenary. They will discuss, and I think they're going to make a votation whether kung may motion, kung may motion, one of the senators will say that we push through with the trial. Now they have to go for a votation po, They have to go for votation. So let's see po, Let's see what will happen. 1 week po, let's give time, be patient lang po. Be patient lang. Hintayin natin yun. Ang August 6 po. Malapit na, next week lang yun . Don't worry. Kasi it has been a very hot issue po. Hot issue yun po. And the House of Representative under the leadership of course, again, Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, na they already officially announced through their spokesperson, si Attorney Princess Abante, that the House will file or submit a motion for reconsideration po, or MR po, dyan sa Supreme Court, appealing for kung pwede i-reverse ang decision ng Supreme Court when it comes to the issue of unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. Anyway, let's see po. And nandito po, I will share with you itong footage kay Speaker, Senate President Chis Escudero po, when it comes to the, sabihin natin, yon announcement na August 6 pa po. August 6 pa po, they're going to touch this issue of issue ng saan ito, 030. Okay, bakit wala tayo dito, Alright. Medyo nawala. Anyway, okay, let's watch this brief footage po of Senator Chis Escudero or SP Chis Escudero. Nandito po. Hold on, ha? Kunin natin muna ito. Medyo... Alright.
For the record, it is agreed in caucus that the matter will be decided upon by the Senate on August 6, 2025 when we open session on that date in order to afford ample and sufficient time to the members to study the 97-page Supreme Court decision excluding the concurring and separate opinions filed by 5 or 6 additional magistrates of the Supreme Court.
Yan po, ang official pronouncement or announcement of Senate President Chis Escudero, and it will be on August 6 po when they are going to touch on the issue of the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. Now, on the question whether what will happen to the Senate court, impeachment court po, let's listen to the statement of Senate President Chis Escudero on the issue po. Alright, sandali. Nandito po, let's listen.
Mas safe na Senado ang magpapasya kaugnay nito imbis na impeachment court dahil baka matingnan pa na paglabag ang pag-convene ng impeachment court matapos ang naging desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Kung inaksyon na namin at anong itsura namin ngayon na bawal pala lahat ng ginawa namin. Paano kung nag-convict ang Senado? Bawal naman pala lahat dahil nilabag naman pala yung Bill of Rights at right to due process ng nasasakdal. So babalik ta rin ko, sir. Baka naman kaya minamadali ito noong mga panahon yun ng iba ay dahil alam nilang may problema o maaaring magka-problema.
Alright, yun po ang reaction or answer ni Senate President when he was asked during the press conference yesterday po regarding the issue. Alright, and this time around, let me share you also another footage po, talk show dyan po sa Pilipinas, and they interviewed si former Associate Justice ng Supreme Court po, and I'm referring to, I suppose you have seen him many times in my program, no? Si Attorney Adolfo Ascuna po, regarding the impeachment issue. Let me share this to you. You hold on. Nandito po. Sandali, a little bit patient kasi, alright, asan na yon? Saan na yun? You hold on, ha? Nandito po. Let's watch and listen.
Yes, I said that the decision may be legally correct, but it strikes me as rather unfair. The reason I say so is because the decision drafts a new definition of the initiation of a impeachment complaint, different from the one it has promulgated in the Francisco versus House of Representatives in 2003, wherein a complaint for impeachment is deemed initiated only if it is filed and referred to a proper committee. In this case, there was no such reference to a committee, so it has not yet been initiated. However, now under the new concept or ruling under this present decision, initiation can mean even not referred to a committee if it is archived and then later on deemed terminated and dismissed.
Okay, you heard it from former Associate Justice ng Supreme Court po, si Attorney Adolfo Ascuna po, reacting on the issue of the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. Now, yes, everybody knows or saw also ang live or maybe a replay video of the State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos. That was the fourth, no? The fourth. Now, may mga reactions sa mga tao po, no? Both affirmative and negative. And this time around, I would like to share with you a footage po, no? Of mga reaction of two important people also po dyan sa Pilipinas. One is a former, if I'm not mistaken, a former Congresswoman, and now in the media, respectable media personality po dyan sa Pilipinas, and at the same time, she is also very active in disseminating genuine, true news po sa publiko. It's not fake news, and well respected by her viewers, her viewers or followers dyan po sa social media. In other words, she's also a blogger. So I'm referring to no other than si Malu Tikia, wherein during a talk show, she was asked to comment ang reaction, personal opinion niya tungkol sa SONA ni President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Let's watch and listen po ang reaction ni Malu Tikia. Nandito po. Hold on, okay, walang sound, no? Hold on. Malu Tikia, all right.
The numbers were not yet there for the speaker. That is why you see certain legislators like Congressman Albi Benitez declaring his independence. Congressman Frasco also declared his independence. Davao Bloc, that is, that is not a surprise. So I guess, yes, but you see the sudden ascendancy of Congressman Sandro Marcos as majority floor leader. And that is striking to me because that means it will not be a safe months of leadership for Speaker.
How do you mean by that?
They're probably preparing Sandro to be Speaker, probably not in the first regular, but in the second regular or third regular. In the Senate, it was, as you said, originally it was 18-5, so there was one who probably kind of decided to join.
It appears, if we were to believe social media posts, I think dapat kasama isn't it Lito Lapid doon sa
Yes, that was the surprise. I was thinking, sino ba ito? But when there was picture taken of the minority, he wasn't there.
Lima lang sila.
So really, the minority actually gained more heavies on their side compared to the 19 Congress when you had Coco Pimentel and Risa. I mean, having Senator Soto, Loren Legarda, and Ping Lacson. Ping, he's the guy for budget, he's the guy for national security. Loren did a while chairman of the finance committee. So that would be a very, very interesting minority.
So the 5 are...
Alright, that's it. Yan po ang reaction, ang observation, ang opinion ni Madam Malu Tikia. And another reaction I will share with you po, ang footage po is from the UST Dean of Law, and I'm referring to si Attorney Nilo Divina. Attorney Nilo Divina. Okay, let's hear what he has to say po, ang reaction niya tungkol sa SONA last Monday. Nandito po. Let's listen.
As expected, Speaker Martin was re-elected as Speaker and Cheese as Senate President. The only question in my mind is whether or not Cheese can hold on for the rest of the 3-year term.
This early on you're questioning that.
Because with respect to the Speaker, it was unanimous, 296 votes. But I was told that it was 12-12 before the voting. But it became 19-5, so it may be an indication that, I'm not making any guess, but the only question to my mind is whether or not she's can hold on for the rest of the term.
Alright, Attorney Nilo Divina. Yun po ang reaction niya when it comes to the election or being elected as the Senate President ng Senado. And of course, some comments or he also mentioned about both Malu and Nilo also mentioned on the election of the Speaker of the House po, and of course the Majority Leader, who is now the eldest son of President Bongbong Marcos, si Congressman Alexander Sandro Marcos po, no? Sa Senado, just for your information, sa Senado, we have 19 members of the, sabihin natin, majority, no? And we have 5 minority members. Sino-sino yan po? Minority members po sa Senado. One is the leader of the minority group is Senator Tito Soto. Then we have Senator Ping Lacson. Then we have Senator Risa Antovero. And then we have Senator Mix Zubiri. And lastly, we have Senator Legarda. Yan po ang limang members ng minority bloc. Minority bloc. I was expecting Lito Lapid, Senator Lito Lapid will join the group. But the way how things are moving, parang nakita ko na parang nandun siya sa kabila. Sa kabila. And yes, let's also hope that ang leadership ni Senate President Chis Escudero will also give some responsibilities for to the minority group, maybe being co-chairman of the committee, and of course members. Definitely they will be given a post dyan po sa mga committees ng Senado. Alright, now this time around I would like to share with you another footage po, no? What is the latest developments tungkol sa House of Representatives, no? Regarding the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. And this time around, let me share you a footage, no? A footage of the House of Representatives spokesperson, and I'm referring to no other than Attorney Princess Abante. When interviewed, ito po ang answer niya po, ang reaction niya po sa mga questions po. Okay, let's listen to this footage po which I have prepared for all of you. Nandito po.
Thank you for your time. All right, so interesting times, of course. Nagbukas na po ang 20th Congress. But of course, the decision of the Supreme Court recently declaring the articles of impeachment ab initio, sabi nga nila, null and void because it violated the one-year bar rule. Our understanding, of course, the House has said that they will file a motion for reconsideration.
Yes.
Has this been filed?
Not yet. From what I was informed, the House has until August 10, the 15th day, to file the motion for reconsideration. But I understand it falls on a Sunday, so the deadline will be moved to August 11. When the Counsel of the House, through the Office of the Solicitor General, will file it, whether on the day of the deadline or before that, I have no information yet.
Help us again understand that in terms of, you mentioned the Solicitor General. How does that work?
The Solicitor General is the general counsel for all government institutions. So by operation of law, they represent the House of Representatives in cases where the House is named as a respondent.
All right. And has there been a meeting of minds between the government counsel and the House prosecutors?
Like we mentioned in our previous statements, we believe that there were erroneous facts that were relied on by the Supreme Court in their decision. The one-year ban rule was applied in the actions of the House that we followed based on the Constitution, the rules of the House, and previous rulings of the Supreme Court, and we intend to file the motion for reconsideration to clarify these erroneous obvious facts that they relied on. Our position is that they did not take into consideration the official documents that were submitted to the Supreme Court, and in this clarification to the motion for reconsideration, we're hopeful. While we respect the Supreme Court and their decision, we will use the legal avenues that are provided for the House of Representatives to continue to assert its power given to it by the Constitution in initiating the impeachment.
Under Article
All right, that's it. Attorney Princess Abante, the spokesperson of the House of Representatives. According to her, narinig natin po that they have yet to submit the motion for reconsideration po sa Supreme Court, no? And they're given until August 10 to submit. And since August 10 falls on a Sunday, so sabi ni Attorney Princess Abante, so the deadline will be effective on August 11. So anytime from now until August 11 po, they will be submitting itong MR coming from the House of Representatives. Alright. So, ito po ang mga issues that I wanted to share with you on July 20 or July 30 edition natin po dito sa NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. With Nico. But before I will conclude itong program natin for today is Wednesday, I just want to ask one question po, or also a reminder to my fellow countrymen dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, and very specific dito po sa Kota Kinabalu. May plano ba kayo pupunta sa US and be overseas Filipino workers? Maganda din ang buhay sa Amerika, no? Maganda ang exchange rate, ang pera, no? Ang pera ng US, if you convert it to pesos po, malaki, but 50 something, no? What magkano na ba ngayon? Maganda po, no? And karamihan mga Pilipino, they go out, for holidays, they go out for looking for a greener pasture, then they go to US po, no? One of the priorities yan ng mga Filipinos po. But ngayon po, medyo stricto ang presidente ng United States of America, si President Donald Trump, no? Stricto siya po, no? Very strict na siya. Hindi lang sa mga documentations, but other things po, no? Other things. Kaya nga, ingat lang tayo po. If you want to go to US, mga Pilipino kababayan ko dito sa Sabah, no? We make sure ang mga documents natin po is in order, proper po, no? Para wala tayong problema. Pero mayroon pa isang problema po na kailangan we have to prepare. Kailangan po marunong tayo mag-English. Baka mag-nosebleed tayo when pagdating tayo sa immigration sa Amerika, and they will start talking to us English, and then we cannot answer because we don't understand. Kailangan po we understand. We can speak English po. Not necessarily fluent, but kailangan po, no? Mabuti lang po ang announcement ni President Donald Trump po. He said, if you want to come to my country, you have to speak English. Maganda lang po, he did not say proper English, fluent English po. Proper English and fluent English. Mabuti, that the two words po he did mention. Basta can speak English lang na po. Can speak English. Maganda yun po, no? So, mga kababayan natin dito sa Sabah, dito sa Malaysia, o dyan po sa Pilipinas, o kung nasaan man kayo po, kung may plano kayo pupunta sa United States of America for holiday or whatever reason, especially for employment po, kailangan po marunong tayo mag-English. Marunong tayo mag-English. Ingat-ingat lang po. Just as a reminder lang po. Nandito ang, nakita ko ito po sa, sa Facebook post po, no? Si President Trump talking about the speaking. Speaking ba yan? Speaking of English when you want to go to America. Nandito po, let's watch itong footage muna po.
Claims the
Speak English or get out of my country.
Donald Trump has just announced that starting in August, English will be the only official language recognized in the United States. Under this policy, all public services, including schools, hospitals, and government offices, will only provide services in English. Public signage, forms, and website content will gradually eliminate Spanish language versions. In terms of language use, bilingual options will no longer be considered standard. Trump stated, "If you want to live in the United States, speak English. It is the language of our country." He noted that a unified language helps strengthen national identity and promote social integration, and claimed that language fragmentation is being exploited by certain groups to weaken America's cohesion. The policy is currently in the preparation phase, with relevant directives to be gradually communicated to local governments and public institutions. While the government claims the
Speak English or get out of my country.
Speak English or get out of my country. Sabi ni President Donald Trump. So, kung pupunta kayo sa Amerika po, you have to speak English, no? Mga Pilipino, mga bata, even mga kids natin sa Philippines po, no? They know how to speak English. They understand English mo. Karamihan po, from before, when I was a young boy, I can hear mga bata, no? Whenever they see white people, they say, "Hi, Joe! How are you, Joe?" Ganun yun po. So, dapat mag-improve tayo po. Pagdating natin sa Immigration Department sa United States of America po, we can always say, "Hi, Joe! How are you to find out?" English din yun eh. How are you to find out? Anyway, it's a joke, but anyway, that's true. Yun po sa social media. May rason naman si President Donald Trump po to issue this kind of directive ba yun? Or memorandum ba yun? No? Or appeal, no? Sa mga visitors, non-American nationalities or citizens po. When you come to America, definitely you must speak in English. Kaya din sa Malaysia dito po, no? When you come to Malaysia, mas mabuti yan po kung marunong din kayo magsalita ng Malayo para at least ang communication gap natin po hindi mahirapan. You will be able to communicate sa mga tao dito sa Malaysia. But anyway, English is an international language. Kailangan talaga po, no? Kailangan talaga mga tao dito sa mundo po to understand, learn how to speak and understand English po because it is a universal language po. So, siguro hanggang dito na lang ang programa natin ngayon. Once again, I would like to congratulate all the committee chairman ng Senado po. No? Congratulations, and we are looking forward for your satisfactory and excellent performance po being the chairman of your respective committees. So, with this, once again, Senator Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines. God bless us all and see you in my next episode. Bye.